Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I'm going to be making it's a birthday card, but it's going to be based on this past Friday's Craft Roulette Challenge number 247. And for that challenge, I need to make a project, a card for a craft friend using the colors of pretty paper, element, bell as in bell, or bell as in B-E-L-L-E, and random, it has to have something gold on it. So I'm going to be making a birthday card for my sister-in-law who has a birthday in February, and she comes Wednesday nights here and crafts with me. So that's going to be the card for my crafty friend. Pretty paper, I am using some real pretty, this is a green with a light white pattern. And I'm going to be making my own patterned background. And bell, I guess I could use that element by saying the card was made by me, because B-E-L-L-E is my middle name. But I'm going to be using these vintage Christmas charms. This was from 2013 from Cardmaking and Papercraft magazine. This is one of the free things that was in it. And I'm just getting around to use it. So I'm going to use these bells. And they're gold, so that'll cover that element. All right, so let me get started. I have chosen GinaK's Dusty Rose Pink card, but you can use any color cardstock you want. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches, scored it at the 5-inch line, folded, and creased with my bone folder. And then I picked a real pretty pastel pink. I think this was from Joann Fabrics. This measures 4 3/8 by 6 3/8. And I cut this out with GinaK Master Layouts 8, but you don't have to have that. And then a piece of white, and I used GinaK's Master Layouts 8 for the stitched edge. This measures 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And I thought those kind of went well together because I'm going to be using, this is actually a flower pot. I got these at a scrapbooking convention, but I found they have them on Amazon too. This is Katie Sue Designs. This is a UK artist, and she has these card kits that are A2 size cards, but I don't make A2 size cards very, very rarely. So I'm going to use this, the flower pot, and some of these flowers that are punch-out flowers to make my card with, and these are very pretty. So I'm going to start by stamping my white background. I'm going to create my own pattern paper. And I'm going to be using a stamp set. I'm going to put this in right there in the middle. I just got this from Joann Fabrics. This is Park Lane. And there is no name on this set at all. But it's like, I think this is French up here. And just some script and some text fonts. It's number 1967 85 49. I wish they would put a name on them, but it's kind of a generic stamp set. And I want to use this French stamp. Pardon me, my voice is going. I'm going to just stamp this kind of all over the card. And I don't have a large enough block. So I'm just going to use my Misty, because I don't need it to be everywhere, just in hit or miss spaces. And since this is a new stamp, I'm conditioning it by taking off the factory coating. And I'm going to use GinaK's Soft Stone. And I don't want it very dark. Just kind of a light. That's perfect. It doesn't matter to me if it smears or isn't fully stamped. I kind of want it to look like a vintage paper, but in gray. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I'll go there. I'll alternate sides all the way down. And I don't need to clean my stamp off between, because I want it to look vintage. It's all right. I thought this would just give a nice textured background to the card without really having to use, and I didn't get it at all, a stencil or anything this way. You can just use stamps if you have it to make your own background. And this one I'm going to put right in the middle. And then down here, I should just be able to do the sides of the stamp because the flower pot will be covering up most of this actually. And that one's going to be a little awkward, so I'll slide this over. There we go. Not that it would really matter as if it's in French. My sister-in-law doesn't read French. So if the words kind of blur together, that's a-okay. It's just to make a pattern. I'm going to put a little bit more there. Now, if I had a large enough stamp block, and I probably do if I search, I would just use that. But I have my MISTI, so I'm using my MISTI. Okay, I am done with that. And I'll just clean this off with my tidy towel. All right. Okay. Now, I am going to put these two together because I want to get this together before I start adding everything else. You don't need a lot of products to make a card. You can just use paper and stamps. All right, now for this flower pot, normally you would fold this and fold this down and then they have little pockets that go inside, and then you would put your flowers on there and have a pull-out card. I just want to use that kind of shape like this. So I'm going to cut off, cut off the bottom, but I just want to use this part. And then I'm going to cut off this part because that's all I want to use. And that would leave me a flower pot that I could use on another card if I wanted. And I'm going to put this down flat. I don't want to lift this up because I'm going to be lifting up the flowers. And I want that to be down here. See, these come with different color flower pots, and they have a stand that you can stand up your floral cards, and they have a little decorative strip for across here, but I'm going to use some twine. So now's where I need my bells. And I wish these were flat, but they're kind of pretty. This would not work on a card that you want to put in the mail unless you put it in a real thick, fat bubble envelope, and then you're looking about $5 worth of postage. I think this pink, this is from Making Memories. Actually, it was from Joanne Fabrics in a clearance bin. It is just embroidery thread, but I can't find the opening to it. Let's just take that off there. I'll find the opening or make my own. Aha, here it is. I'm going to stick this through the bells, and I want to wrap it around a couple of times in the front. I think that should be enough. Now, I'm going to stick this through the bells and tie a little knot. Easier said than done, right? And just wet the end a little bit. And that's still not going to work very well. So I'm going to take a little toothpick and try to get that through there. I really want it through so I can tie a knot. There we go. There, that makes like a little dangly loop. And now I am going to just wrap this around the card. And this is where Scotch tape comes in handy. All right, now I got to unseparate these. And I'm just gonna, oh good, I got that just so it's gonna have enough to wrap around that time. And I'm gonna tie one end, I'm gonna tape one end down right now. And this will be off side a little bit. And then I'm gonna get some more of this because I want it wrapped around more than it is, but I didn't make my piece long enough. So this piece will just hold down my bells. And now, put a little bit more on the back. Start this. And now wrap. This would work really nice if you're into, bring that underneath and pull that up a little bit. Wax seals, which I have some, but I have never played with them yet. You could put a wax seal on this. That would be very pretty. Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that. I run the local cemetery, so when somebody passes away, they need to get a hold of me. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this on here, but I'm going to pop this up just a smidgen because I want it to be elevated a little. So I'm going to use my foam strips and get out a new pack here. Just to raise this up just slightly. And they're just a little too long. I'm going to put a couple on here. I'm going to stand up just to get this. Oh, I see a piece of Scotch tape sticking up above the surface. I don't want that on there. There we go. Oh, and my foam tape sticking out the end. And that'll just give it a three-dimensional look and create a shadow. If I would have glued it down flat. Oh, and I see on my camera sideways. Let me see if I'm going to put you on pause and see if I can get it back the way it was. Hold on. Okay, I've got it back for now, and I see there's a little bit of a lag. All right. Now to add the roses, I want to use the pink flowers because I think that'll look the prettiest on this card. So I'm going to put this on the card. Now I also need a piece of white 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 because this card is bright pink. I'm going to put a piece of white on the inside. And I may even put some of the roses on here. And I think I will. All right. So now I'm going to put this on. Okay. Now I'm going to pop up the roses. Easier said than done. Ah, I've got 2 pages together. That's why they're so hard to do. Okay. There, that goes much easier. Instant Pops, ready for put on a card. And I might need both because I want this to have a lot of roses. My sister-in-law loves flowers. Yeah, I'm going to take at least a couple of these. Might not use them all. Let's see. Kind of want them. Put some behind. No, some on top. Ooh, that would be pretty. Okay, so I know this one, I'm going to glue this one down flat. And I may add some more here because you can layer these. And I want that to be up. Yeah, I'm going to get another one of those. There we go. I want this one. And then this one, I'm going to pop up just a little bit. So I'm going to use a piece of the flat strips that I had. I'm just going to cut a couple of those on here. I have some taller dots that I'll be using for the other ones, because I want this bouquet to look like it is three-dimensional. And I'm just going to set that there because I will be needing it again. Come on. And then that flower will be raised up a little bit. And then I want this one. This I'm going to glue down here under that. Do I want it under? Yes, I want that under. And then I am going to use some of my larger foam dots to make this stand up even more. And let's see. That one I'm going to glue down flat right in that spot. And I'm going to trim this one. I want the white left on this one flower, but I don't want the little piece. Nothing says you can't cut these down. So glue this flat. Now let's see. Do I want that there? Or do I want this up here? Decisions. I need a little flower over here. So this one's going to get glued flat. Just need to fill in my bouquet. And that one, I'm going to take one of my little foam dots and put over here and glue the rest flat. Okay, now I have pulled off, this says happy birthday, but I think I want to put some flowers on the inside. I don't know if I want to put a flower or two down here. I think I do. All right, so I'm going to glue this one down flat. Right there. It says happy birthday. And this also has a gold edge, so that'll be that element. Now this one I'm going to pop up, and I want it just thin, so I'm going to use this leftover foam strip here that I have. Just put a couple pieces on that. I want that just right there. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my stickles, because why not? And I'm so excited. I have some new stickles coming in the mail. I earned enough on my Amazon affiliate that I got myself a couple of different colors of the clear stickles, just to see what they look like. So I'm going to make these flowers all be pretty stickly. So I'm just smearing some on right now, and then getting my stickle brush. And let's just make these sparkle. Because why not? Wouldn't be one of my cards without sparkle on it somewhere. And this stickle also has little gold flecks in it, so this also meets that parameter. It's amazing how just this little bit of glitter glue changes the look and feel of a card. Now I'm going to take one of these and just I want to put one of the flowers, and I've already got this one cut. I'm going to put this on the inside, down here in the bottom corner, and I'm just going to glue that down flat. And I think I'll also put one on the envelope. I'll get the envelope right now. I have these little flowers already. Oh, I probably didn't save any of them. I was hoping for one with a leaf on it, but I didn't save any of those. So I'll just put one flower glued down to the envelope. And I'll also stickle that up since it is not going in the mail. Well, even if it went in the mail, this would be okay to go in the mail. But I would much rather stamp something if it was going to go in the mail rather than to have a flower on there. Okay, that is my card for today. Let me see. I know my lighting down here isn't very good today. But let me see if I have met the parameters for this challenge. It has to be a card for a craft friend. This is for my sister-in-law who comes here on Wednesday nights. I can see I need some more stickles on this. And she crafts with me. She likes to do scrapbooking pages and an occasional card. And it has to have pretty paper. Well, those roses are pretty paper. The flower pot's pretty paper. And I made my own pretty paper with that stamp from Park Lane. And it has to have a bell or bells. And it's beautiful. So B-E-L-L-E also means beautiful. So it's beautiful, and it has bells. And it has to have something gold. Well, it has the gold in the stickles, the gold bells, and the gold border around that happy birthday. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.